What are you feeling right now?
I made it past last week, so that was a short-term goal I had.
Because of last season, you didn't make the jury. Last summer, this time, you were already back at home watching everyone else play.
Just chilling. Actually, I stopped watching. I didn't care anymore. You're a little bitter after you get out of there.
That's honest.
Mm-hmm.
Are you bitter now?
No, because it was a smart move on Jeff's behalf.
As Jeff stood up, what were you thinking?
I'm like, well, I gotta take this shirt off real quick because I got a present for him. I was already taking my mic off. I was like, here we go. I'm just surprised that he just picked Natalie first. I'm just like, wonder who he's gonna put up against Natalie.
You knew
you could give me 2 guesses and the first one wouldn't count, let's put it that way.
You knew he was gonna, you had a target on your back with him, but you were surprised that he put up Natalie? Like
no, what I'm saying is I knew that he was gonna use both, and I was just surprised that he just picked her first, that's all. Ladies first type of thing. He's a good guy, right? That's why America loves him.
That sounds like an attack.
But no, I said it every single time. I'm like, this dude's got the wizard mystery wheeling wizard wand. He's gonna come riding in on a unicorn and be like, I thought the unicorn was actually gonna talk to me and say, Jessie, you've been evicted, to be honest with you. That's the honest truth right there.
Why were you so convinced he had this power?
Because
what? But you guys are locked away.
No, I still think, like, I don't understand.
So you're saying he deserved to have gotten it then?
What I'm saying is, if I was America,
yeah,
and if I'm seeing this kid that we just got out week 4 of last season that shouldn't get a second chance, if you will, and all of America sees a poor guy that's getting tossed around and oh, poor Jeff and oh, poor Jordan because they don't feel like winning, and Jessie's just shooting through looking like, you know, a winner pretty much, because I'm on the winning team, how can we get back at Jessie? Well, let's see. Let's give it to this cat, and let's see if he can take the reins and actually step up to the plate. And he did. So congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations, America. You caught the tater.
You sound like you're taking it very personally.
No, it's not personal. I told him every time I looked at him, I'm like, like, it was the best move he could have done. It is. It was brilliant. It was brilliant because now he thinks that, like, you know, if it's just, you know, the thing that maybe Natalie, Shima, and myself have, Jordan, Russell, and Jeff now have. That's what, I mean, and that's what I said. It would be horrible for him not to use it. And like he said, he already made the decision a week and a half ago, whatever, because he wanted Ronnie out first. And that was probably the only reason Ronnie went home as opposed to Natalie and I taking the spots the first week. And I knew that because, again, if Jeff had it, Jeff wasn't going to use it because Ronnie hosed him more with the fire hose. Pretty good. So.
How are you feeling towards this guy? Because you start out in the same clique, but
he didn't even want to win. He didn't even want me in there. First off, for starters, let's
why
throw that
not?
out there. He was the first one to drop. Remember when we were sitting out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once you got in, because a lot of people had opinions about you who were already in the house when they saw you walk in, they were a little starstruck. Some had set opinions about you. You won some people over, some people you didn't. Why didn't you bond with Jeff earlier or at all? He was in your athletes' clique.
I mean, as soon as I walked through the doors, he was the first one that was actually in the storage room that I was with. I said, hey, let's start, let's get going. He's like, oh, no, it's too soon, it's too soon. I'm just like, too soon? I go, if you get put up this week, if you would have, I guarantee you that comment would be out the window. Because last year I was up week 1, and I know the game starts as soon as you walk through the door.
And why do you think he was like that? Was it personal against you, or do you think that's just how he thought he should play the game?
I think that's just how he's trying to play the game. It's very obvious. Him and Jordan just, you know, take themselves out of the picture usually. They really don't do a lot of group activities.
Is that smart on their part or not smart?
No, it's smart to an extent, to some degree, but there's not 3. A trio is a little bit harder to break up, and obviously when it looked like Shima, myself, and Natalie were all together, it was an easy target, plus, you know, they couldn't. That's why I wanted to play in the POV, you know. And Russell kind of took that away from me, so.
What was that about, Russell not picking you? What did that tell you?
More so the fact that he was just continually showing his allegiance to Jeff and Jordan, you know, from the week prior to that when he put up Ronnie, and he didn't put up Jeff and Jordan. So then it even furthermore said, hey, you know, I still got your back. I picked you over Jessie, da-da-da-da-da, you know. And then he's just trying to blow smoke in my ear when he's trying to say, oh, hey, by the way, have Shima put Jeff up against me so I can actually stay. I'm like, okay, no.
Can you blame the guy for trying to play all sides? It's a game of survival.
Yeah, no, it is. But
is it possible to play this game and not have your feelings hurt?
no, yeah, I don't have my feelings hurt. It's just he played a game that I wasn't in very well with, his strategy.
Who's the most underestimated player right now in this house?
Lydia.
Why?
Because she just went from being a pawn 3 times to nobody's going to be coming after her for a hot minute. And Natalie already started cuddling up next to her, you know, before I walked out the door.
How do you feel about that? Because they were kind of at each other's throats for a while. They both wanted your attention.
No, it was just, I was just
Is it
chilling.
disappointing to see Natalie, who was your bosom buddy, suddenly like, hey, Lydia?
No, not by any means, because, I mean, I was assuming they were going to put up, it doesn't matter. No, not really. I don't know how to answer it.
It's probably, your brain is probably scrambled eggs right now, I imagine.
No, not by any means.
No?
Answer me, hit me with a question. I'm
All
sorry.
right. Talk to me about Natalie. Explain the relationship.
Strictly platonic.
But we do know she has a boyfriend outside the house. If she didn't, would you like to date her? Because you definitely had chemistry.
Right. No, yeah, I would. She's very attractive.
So that's the only thing holding you back, is the fact that she's in a committed relationship?
Yeah, he's a lucky guy.
Talk to me about Lydia. How would you describe that relationship?
Strictly platonic.
Would she be upset if she heard you describe the relationship that way?
Well, apparently, like, she was talking to me when she was in a happy Lydia mode, and then she was bad-mouthing me to Kevin when she was upset with me. Either I wasn't talking to her at the time or I was hanging out with Natalie, or whatever the case may be, so.
Does that boil down to you don't feel the same way about her that she feels about you, simply put?
Sums it up, probably.
Would it be safe to say that at times she has reason to believe that you are interested in her romantically?
Possibly.
So,
Julie, I want to be a sports entertainer. That's what I
I know you do. I know you do.
Come on.
How surprised are you that you're sitting here with me tonight? Because
Goose egg.
you took off your shirt immediately,
Bam! This just happened.
which tells me you were prepared for a possible
Battle.
eviction.
You're right.
What were the signs that told you this could be happening to me tonight?
If I was in Jessie's shoes, and America voted for me last year,
But
and
America-
Jessie is floating through this game because he aligned himself with very strong people that do have brains, that are athletic. Let's see, who's the one person that's going to come after him that is probably getting a halfway decent light shed on them, that of which being Jeff. Is Jeff smart enough to use the power? That was questionable. I tried, the only things that I was actually trying to do is tell him that, you know, Russell wasn't to be trusted. But and the fact that he's trying to tell me that Russell didn't chime in his ear that he was going to be the next ones out the door if it wasn't for the game move that he just did is a load. I don't care what he's trying to tell me to my face. But it was smart. It was definitely, and that's why I was telling everybody, I may have drank some red wine, because that's when it actually dawned on me. When I think of things, like, I see it 4 or 5 days before everybody else, and then it just finally comes out in the wash. But because everybody doesn't want to see it. You know,
Well, you've
worst
also
case
played the
scenario.
game before.
Yeah, but last time I made it farther this time, so what's that mean? I mean, come on. That's obsolete as far as I'm concerned. Everything's situational. Everything's totally different every single time. There's no way you can, you know, keep throwing the same noodles into a wall and a different one or the same one stick every time.
So you're saying your knowledge and experience from playing the game last year didn't necessarily help you this year? Is that what you're saying?
No.
No, that's not what you're saying, or it didn't
No,
help
what I'm
you?
saying is this time everybody was winning. I aligned myself with Michelle, Angie, and Memphis. Well, I don't know what Memphis's game plan was last year, but he didn't really win until he needed to and help himself out. Angie and Michelle looked like she won, but it was too little too late, and she won thereafter. I just aligned myself with the strongest people that I thought that season, and it just didn't work out. This week or this season, it did.
How different was it for you playing this season with a different set of people than it was last season?
I love this season. I really did.
Did you not love last year? Because of the people or whatever?
Yeah, and it's not, that had nothing to do with like the outcome by any means. It's just the people. I mean, they're all telling me, "Oh, I'd love this person. I'd love this person." It's like, no, you wouldn't. Like when we stay up, I stayed up last year and I slept during the day because it's so much easier to sleep during the day because a lot of people are either outside doing a lot of other things. So that's when I would just sleep because they're not actually talking game for the most part.
Before you played the game and you got thrown in last summer, what did you think your strategy was going to be, and how did it change this summer, having been through the Big Brother experience?
I have the same beliefs. God doesn't want me in there anymore, and that's what it really comes down to. I mean, it's Jeff's decision, and...
But you don't sound mad at Jeff.
No, not by... Again, it's
Is he a
just,
good guy? Like, how would you describe him? Someone said to you,
I
what's
wouldn't
Jeff
go that
like?
far.
Okay. Someone said to you, what's Jeff like? What would you say?
Well, because America loves him, he's a great guy, America.
You're mad at America. Can I just set the record straight at one thing? Last season, when you got voted out, America was a swing vote. This year, America had nothing to do with it. This was all in Jeff's hands, in the sense, yes, America voted for him.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
yeah.
Done deal. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Done deal. I mean, done deal. It's very obvious. They wouldn't give it to me. Who would they want to get out because of how I'm progressing through? They obviously didn't like me last year. It was a beautiful thing, but so be it.
Is it possible that Jeff just thinks, you know what, this Jessie, if I leave him in the house, he's going to win. I got to take him out. Is that possible?
I would have won. Of course I would have won.
Okay.
I would have won last year, too.
What are your thoughts about being in the jury house for about the next month or so?
I'm excited.
Do you have your special pick of who you want to see win?
No. I could.
Not Natalie? I thought you'd be rooting for her.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's such a crapshoot. You never know. Like she could be the next one up and out as far. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to play the what if game. You know.
Just gonna sit back and watch.
I mean, the what if game didn't get me here. It was the go off of facts. That's why Jeff got chosen. That's why the outcome is me sitting with you.
Well, Jessie, thank you for being a fierce
Sports
competitor.
entertainer. Sports entertainer.
There you go. Good luck with being a sports entertainer.